was another one. We just saw another one. Another plane just flew into the second tower. This has to be deliberate, folks.
In this world, there are good causes and bad causes, and we may disagree on where that line is drawn.
The terrorists today had a success. It was a remarkable success, and obviously questions are going to have to be raised about it.
No national aspiration.
But I don't want to give them the additional success of watching us all of a sudden start to tailor or trim our Bill of Rights or the rights that Americans enjoy.
No remembered wrong.
But not to give them the added victory of watching America's civil liberties be so restrained that the nature of our society changes as a result of their actions.
Can ever justify the deliberate murder of the innocent.
The second building that was hit by the plane has just completely collapsed. The entire building has just collapsed, as if a demolition team set off. When you see the old demolitions of these old buildings, it folded down on itself, and it is not there anymore.
We must speak the truth about terror.
There are no large tail sections, wing sections, a fuselage, nothing like that anywhere around.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories.
I was making my way to the foot of the World Trade Center. Suddenly, while talking to an officer, we heard a very loud blast, explosion. We looked up, and the building literally began to collapse before us.
Concerning the attacks of September the 11th.
Any large pieces of debris at all?
No, there was nothing that you could distinguish that a plane had crashed there.
Malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves.
Reporters are always trained to follow the dollar, look for the money. Who finances an operation like this took a lot of money.
It took money and it took professionalism. I personally think that this had to have had a professional organization behind it.
Away from the guilty.
This is a tremendous tragedy, yes, but we are still the most powerful nation on earth. We perhaps will one day find who is responsible, and appropriate steps will be taken.
To inflame ethnic hatred is to advance the cause of terror.
I obviously, just like many other people who have called in, think that we should investigate to make sure we get to the root of the problem. But of course, my instincts and many others feel that it's definitely Middle Eastern involvement.
And this evening, many Palestinian and other Islamic militant organizations are distancing themselves from today's attacks.
I've been talking to intelligence sources for a few hours, and the last thing that they said to me was all signs are strongly pointing to Osama bin Laden.
Afghanistan's hardline Taliban rules have condemned the attacks and rejected any suggestions that bin Laden was behind them. Again, that information from the Associated Press.
4 hijackings within a matter of an hour, and then being able to take those very planes and drive them into the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. And there is growing suspicion, Tom, here, that the plane that landed, it crashed in Pennsylvania, was most likely headed for the Capitol or White House. America will never be the same after September 11th, 2001. The levels of security, heightened tension, the way we look at each other, look at our institutions.